curling iron. And I look for the ones that are not Conair. What's in the movie? Conair. I think it's Conair. I don't know how you pronounce it. How do you pronounce it, you guys? Conair. Running smoothly. I just jotted some down for myself, so, can't rely on the memory. I'm 60, so, first thing that goes is your memory. No, I don't know. Got one of these vintage hair dryers. Keep an eye out for these. This is Montgomery Ward's, and it's that lovely Harvest Gold from the 70s. I know it may be dirty, but you can clean it and get some money. Hi there. How's it going, you guys? I'm doing great. Did you have a good Christmas? Happy holidays. Happy New Year's. I hope you guys had a really fun time with your family or friends or whatever you ended up doing. I had a great time, sort of. My husband and I drove on Christmas Eve to go see my family, and my dad was sick, so we ended up staying in Beaverton with my kids. We got a hotel room, and we opened gifts in our hotel room, and one of the gifts from my son Noah, and well, both of them, was a speaker, a really nice wireless speaker. And so we played, we each were a DJ that night and played our favorite songs. It was really fun. But yeah, my dad's not doing well. He's in the hospital. He's had a few things wrong with him. He was in the hospital a few weeks ago, pulmonary edema, and we're still waiting to hear what's going on. We don't know how long he'll be there or what the situation is. And he really should have gone to the hospital on Christmas, but he didn't want to spoil the holiday for anyone. And we knew he wasn't feeling well, but we didn't know it was that bad. Oh gosh. So we went home, and then my sister and her husband, who don't work, so they're available to take care of my parents. They took my dad to emergency, and now he's still in the hospital. So if you guys pray, I would love to get prayers from you. I'm saying a prayer for him. But I thought today I would talk about problems I've had in the past with reselling and how I fixed those issues, how I overcame them. So in case you come across these things, you know what to do, how to fix it, how to take care of the situation so you can move on and keep your business running smoothly. I just jotted some down for myself, so, can't rely on the memory. I'm 60, so, first thing that goes is your memory. No, I don't know.
Memory goes first.
So I put kind of like, first I started thinking about pet peeves, things I can't stand about reselling because I was taking off tags. But, I thought it would be more about what are the issues we come across and what are the solutions. Not just telling you guys things that go wrong, but telling you how to fix them. That's more important. Not venting or complaining or talking about your problems. I'm giving you guys helpful advice on how to fix these problems if you run across these same issues. And one of them is tags on items. When you buy from any thrift store, they put tags on their items. So those adhesive tags, you guys have seen them. And it's always been a pet peeve of mine. It's always bothered me. And they end up putting it in the wrong spot. It's like it's the worst place you could put it. A lot of times they put it covering the USB code, or they put it like on a clock on the face where, if it's plastic, it's really tough because you don't want to use chemical adhesive because that will take off the plastic, the film. So yeah, it's always been a problem. I get it. They have to put stickers on items, but I wish they could find a solution. Like, I've been to some thrift stores, they'll put tags, like hanging tags, and I know those fall off, or a person, it's harder for them to see the price. But oh my goodness. And most of the time they're really hard to peel off. Every once in a while I come across one that's very easy to peel off, and it's like, yay. But usually I'm spending a lot of time and effort getting this damn sticker off, and without ruining the item that I purchased. All right, so what I want to tell you guys that I do, water. The tag's going to come off easily with water. I just spray some water. This is a Scotty peeler. You can get that on eBay and Amazon. And you just peel off the tag. Now, if it's a stubborn tag, use Goo Gone or Goof Off, but use it sparingly. And a lot of times I just spray a rag and then I rub it onto the item and then try to peel it up. Because if you use too much of this, it's going to take the finish off. It is a strong chemical. It's a adhesive gunk remover gel, but I've ruined things with it before. I put too much on it, so it took off the finish, you know, plastic or even metal, and then you ruined your item. So it was almost better to leave the tag on there than to do what you did. So use it sparingly. Be very careful on the rag. And I scrubbed it off, but I was very careful not to keep scrubbing once the tag residue's off. Because then you start taking the finish off. So yeah, it's not just the tag is the problem. Once you get the tag off, a lot of times it leaves a residue. And then you've got to use this or Goo Gone or water, and you got to scrub it. Yeah, it's it's time spent that I could have been listing that item and moving on to the next item, but I have to make the effort to take it off. It's frustrating. Just got this. We went to see my kids in Beaverton. Oh, it's right next, and we stayed in Tigard, right next to that. And they had a Value Village there, so I got this cute little clock, and the tag was right there. It took me about 5 minutes to get it off, but I did. And this thing is really cute. It's supposed to come with an adapter, but I put one in there and I kind of blew a fuse. So I'm like, oh no, I hope I didn't break it. It wasn't the one that came with this. It's just one I had. So be careful. If you don't have a matching adapter to the item that you purchase, it could blow it out. So be careful. So then there's a battery compartment. I put in the 4 batteries and it works just fine. Oh my goodness. I should have showed you guys what it does. It sings like hymns and it's talking, but it goes on forever. I thought, you know, maybe a few seconds, and it was going on and on. And I'm like, forget it. I'm taking the batteries out. I was going to do a video for eBay. If you guys didn't know, you could do videos on eBay showing your item, like singing or dancing or whatever you want to show it doing. And I've done that before. And I wanted to do it this time, but it was way too long. I'm like, I'm not going to put this long video on there. So anyway, these sell for 20 or 30 bucks. So I was happy to find it. I got some more. I got curling irons. I got a really wide barrel. All right, this is a Helena Troy Select Pro. They don't sell for a ton, but this, I couldn't find any wide barrel. Look how wide that is. So I thought, you know, because I couldn't find one, mine should sell. Got one of these vintage hair dryers. Keep an eye out for these. This is Montgomery Ward's, and it's that lovely Harvest Gold from the 70s. I actually love gold, so I don't mind it, but it works. I plugged it in. It works. People love these. I think my mom used to have one when I was little. It's nostalgic. So found that. It's a pink one, and it's from Remington. And I plugged all these in. They work. You always want to try and test it at the store if you can. But if they don't have a way to test it as soon as you get home. And I take pictures of it lit up so people know it works. All right, I'm getting off track here. All right, moving on. The next thing is dirty shoes, like sneakers or any item really. But I'm going to take sneakers as an example, like the sides of them. Or, no, I don't clean bottoms. Bottoms, it doesn't matter. People walk on the bottom of their shoes. Maybe somebody cleans the bottoms. I don't bother with that. But sides of tennis shoes, you know, the rubber, sometimes those are dirty. I don't like cleaning them, but I will throw them in the wash. I put either OxyClean on them or Full-X. A lot of times the dirt comes out, not always. So the problem is the item is dirty, just clean it. And any other item like ceramics, I just get these wet wipes at Dollar Tree. And you could use different kinds. I have this kind. Yeah, they take off most dirt. Or if it's a glass item or pottery, I wash it in the sink with dish soap and I let it air dry. So yeah, the item may be dirty, but you can clean it and get some money. All right, I've come across things that have a hole in it. You could go two ways with this. You could sew it yourself. I do have a little sewing kit. I have hand sewn, like let's say it's a 1/4 inch rip or tear in the seam of a garment. I just get out my little sewing needle and thread and I sew it up. It takes 5 minutes and you're done. Or I've left it. Now, if it's a highly desirable item, just leave it and just put that in the description. Hole and seam, and show a picture of it. If you want to take the time to mend it, you'd probably get more money for that item. So sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It depends. I used to do it a lot more. Now I'm just like, I don't want to mess with that. And a lot of times I'll redonate it if it's not a highly desirable item. It is what it is. I don't buy it with a hole intentionally normally, unless it's like a Disney collectible or something, you know, that I know is going to sell anyway. All right, so something comes apart, like you have a figurine with little, I don't know, like a flower on it, and it came off. Just get your super glue and get that thing back on. Yeah, get this. Be careful with it though. I've used too much. It got all over my hand. Solution for super glue in your hands: acetone, which is nail polish remover. Just put some on your hands, and you got to do it a little bit, but it does come off. Otherwise, if you just do soap and water, it's going to take forever to get that off, and it feels horrible in your hand. I hate the feeling. The super glue dried on my fingers. It's just, I can't stand it. So I use the acetone. It comes right off. So you guys should be keeping acetone. Actually, that's a good stain remover as well for things on eBay. But yeah, I've had figurines broken when I got it or went to ship it, and I just re-glued it. Or even if it's chip or a crack, sometimes it shows, but sometimes it's not that big a deal. If it shows, I'm going to disclose that to the buyer. If not, if it looks good as new, I'm not going to say anything. Just ship it out if it sells. All right. Yeah, marks, stains, holes. If collectible, just sell it as is. And you know, put that in your description. You always have to say if there's a flaw, what it is. And I like to say where it is too, although I have said general wear before. If it's pilling or a stain or a hole, list it if it's a good item. If not, redonate. That's how I feel. You guys do what you want. All right, so like this, the case of this, I didn't have the adapter. So I had one, and I tried it, but like I said, I plugged it in, it kind of blew the fuse and made that smoking smell. I'm like, oh no, did I break it? But no, I put batteries in and it's fine. But I wouldn't put another adapter on this now. But make sure it's an adapter that fits the product. You should be fine. You could order it. John and I have done this before. We've ordered things on eBay or Amazon. You wait, like if it's a high-end item that you're going to get a lot of money for, you're better off ordering the part to go with it, the adapter or whatever it needs to work, and then wait for the part and then sell it together. I've done that before. If you don't want to do that, just sell it for lower money and get it out the door. Let's go on to situations like you are selling clothing and you like to keep them in plastic bags. You know, I get the kind of Temu that are they're just white plastic bags. But if you run out of these, and I have before, just go to the store, get gallon bags. And who cares? You could ship them in gallon bags, or you could ship them with no bag. Just throw them in a poly mailer and you're fine. So don't worry about it if you run out of these, just use a gallon bag or nothing. Just put in the poly mailer. Okay, so let's say you're running out of storage and you don't have enough storage. You're everything seller. You're running out of storage. Your small home or basement or garage or whatever. And there's two ways to, fix that. Start selling items heavily discount them and get them out so you have more room, or maybe niche down to just selling small items. Like you could just sell clothing. Actually, clothes don't take up that much room if it's not a jacket or a coat or a heavy item. Obviously just tops and skirts and shorts, shirts, they don't take up a lot of room. So you could just niche down to clothing, or you could do jewelry. See, I keep my jewelry in there. That hardly takes up any room at all. Or you could do trading cards or postcards, or even things like, CDs and DVDs don't sell for a lot. But if you got rare ones, or you sold them together, you could sell smaller items so you don't have to store them if you don't have the storage room. And then I wanted to talk about, let's say you've had items in your store 2, 3 or more years and you just want to get them out. I've done a couple things. What I do now more is I discount the item. Daily Refinement, Chris and Daily Refinement, he says put it at $1. I don't like doing that. You could do it, but I'd say $5 or less. Probably get that sold, get it out of here, and get it to a buyer that was happy because they didn't have to pay much for it. You could donate it, redonate it. Well, I don't know if you redonate it, just donate it. I've done that a lot. I've donated a lot to our local thrift stores. I like doing that because I'm giving them inventory, although some of them are very overrun with inventory and they only take donations certain days a week, or they won't take them at all for a while. But I like to, help my local economy. So I don't mind donating. If it's very heavily stained or damaged somehow, throw it away. Don't donate that. The thrift stores have to throw away so much stuff that's too stained or ripped or it has too many flaws to sell. So they have to throw it away. But if it's an item that you don't think somebody's going to want, just throw it away. I have been discounting my store. Right now, my store is at 30% off all the items, and I have a 13% coupon for items $12 and up. I used to do coupons and everything, but somebody could get a 30% off a $10 item, and then they could do the coupon on top of that, and then I'm not making that much money. So, I had a lot of sales leading up to Christmas, but it seemed like right before Christmas, they really slowed down. So I put my store at 30% off, and I got a ton of sales. We were only gone Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. We came home late Christmas night because John had to work the next day. And I started to put my store on time away, and I'm, why am I doing that? These are 2 days that are not shipping days. You only want to do time away if you're gone during a shipping day, which is Monday through Saturday, and not a holiday and not a Sunday. So, but it was going to be a Sunday and a holiday, and so I'm like, I took it off, time away, and I got a ton of sales. I think I had 3 bags full of stuff for my husband to take. It slowed down yesterday. I thought, I knew why. It's the day after Christmas. People are going back to work. They're not buying as much stuff. But this is a good week for sales because a lot of people got gift cards for gifts. So they want to use it on eBay. So we'll still be seeing sales. I got like 2 sales yesterday and like 3 today or something. I'm still getting sales. But yesterday, well, I listed about 7 or 8 things yesterday. But I hurt my hand. You can't tell by looking at it. But when we were rushing out of the door here on Christmas Eve to get on the road, my kids live a little over 3 hours from us. My parents are like a little over 4 hours. And I just had gotten these USPS boxes in the mail, and I have a basement that has, a few sets of stairs when you're walking down, and I kind of just threw them at the bottom of the stairs. Well, 2 days ago when I was walking down the stairs with my big basket, this is what I take downstairs, usually full of the things I've listed. And when I sell things, I put the things I've listed on the shelves or in the bins, and then I get the things that I've sold and put it back in here. Well, I had that in my arms. It was full, and I didn't see the boxes and I tripped. It's the worst feeling, when you're falling. I'm sure you guys have had that. I think everyone's had that. It's a horrible feeling to know you're falling. All right, so we have that bookcase. I've showed it to you guys before, but that's okay if you don't remember. It's a wooden bookcase where I keep all my shoes, and I use my left hand to brace it, and so now this is sore. I put all my weight on that hand to stop myself from falling, and thank God I didn't fall. That would have been horrible, horrible accident. Because it was concrete. And so anyway, this has been 2 days of soreness. So yesterday I listed a few things, and then I kind of sat around on my bed, and I took frozen vegetables. I took frozen vegetables out of my freezer, and I put them here and here, and I sat for a few hours just soaking them, I guess. You just, putting it on there to make the swelling go down. And I've been taking ibuprofen. But anyway, so I might do that again today. My cats love it. They'll pile on me, and it's nice. It's so nice to have pets that come for you when you're not feeling the greatest. Anyway, so be careful, you guys. Don't trip. Don't do like I do. I wanted to mention as well that I decided to close my second store, I Pop a Color. I've been slowly selling things out of there, and then I'm doing is I'm emailing them to myself, and I'm relisting them on Kraus House, Sift, and Thrift. I'm just tired of having a second store that I have to log into. A lot of times I'll sell something and I'll forget that I did, and then I'm like, oh no, I gotta go ship, so I gotta go log into it. It's just a pain. I don't know if you guys have more than one store. I've had it for years. They've had various names, but I finally decided to close my second store. But I don't want to just delist all this stuff on there, because I could sell them at Kraus House, Sift, and Thrift. So I've been slowly relisting on Kraus House, Sift, and Thrift. So that's what I did yesterday. I relisted some things from I Pop a Color onto Kraus House, Sift, and Thrift. Then I go on I Pop a Color, and then I delist them. And yeah, it's just kind of a process. I've decided to close that store because I don't want to deal with it. Maybe somebody else is fine with it. It was fine for a while, but you can put all your eggs in one basket on eBay. You don't have to have two or more stores. You could just have the one store and sell out of that and make money. And I hope you guys got some sales. How was it over Christmas? I will say that this year was not like years past, where I made so much money. I sold so much. My 90-day total was up a lot over what it usually is. This time it just went up a little. It dipped a little and kind of went back down. I'm selling things for a lot less money than I used to. I mean, a lot of them were $9 sales, and I think that's because the 30% took a lot of things down to $9. When you get a lot of those, it's nice, but it's kind of disappointing when that's what you're getting. It's because I don't have a lot of high-end things I'm selling right now. I do have maybe 3 things $100 or over in my store, but they're more like collectibles, so they could take a while to sell. So I need to find more of those high-end things, but I'm still thankful to have a store, to be a reseller. And 2024 is coming. What are you guys doing for the new year? I think my hubby and I are going to go listen to some music and maybe get to dance. I don't know. We'll see. But it'll be fun. Looking forward to 2024. And, it's a clean slate for everyone. I will be getting back on the diet. I'm not calling it a New Year's resolution. I will be dieting, and that's what's going to be. It's going to be a way of life is what it is. I want to call it a diet. And I will get this extra weight off, and I'll be feeling better and feeling good. And I'm excited for what the new year holds, and, for reselling and for life. So do you guys have any goals or plans? Drop it in the comments. Let me know what's happening. But stay positive. It's all going to be good. I'm hoping you have a lot of sales. If it's slow, just do what you can with promotions and coupons and sales. And, get those things out of your store. Make room for new inventory. Even if you have to sell your stuff for a lower price, that's okay. You're getting it out. You're getting other inventory in. And maybe you could sell that new stuff for a higher dollar. So it's all good. I hope you guys like these tips. Hope this helped you. I think the one other thing I was going to mention is if you're looking for boxes, get them from grocery stores. Tons of grocery stores give away boxes, so you don't need to buy them. Same with supplies. Get cheap supplies at Dollar Tree. You don't need to spend a lot of money on supplies. And just, you could double tissue paper for shipping, for packing paper. You could use almost anything to pack, breakables. I've used newspaper in grocery bags. I don't like to use newspaper against an item because it could stain. So I put it in a grocery bag. Get whatever you can around the house. If you're low on money, just make the best of what you have and get your things packed up and shipped out. Get your things stored in a small space if that's what you need. Just make it work for you. There's no problem too big that you can't solve with reselling. And it all takes a positive attitude. So I know you guys could do it. Thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. You can find me anywhere across Thrift and Thrift mostly. You can email me. Check out my eBay store if you want. If you bought from me, thank you. Or just take a look at it. I really appreciate that. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. That really helps my channel out. Love you so much. Happy New Year to you all, and I'll see you next time. See ya. Bye.